So I've got 4 signs here. And what I'm hoping you can do is you can kind of put them in the grass, put a couple over there, put a couple over here, put a couple over there. But ideally so that like if you're on the road, you can see them. So they're well, there's sort of 2 different stations here that I kind of want to have separate. No one's gonna mess with you today, I promise. Look at that. We're a small shop, right? And one of the best parts about that is that it means I get to wear a whole bunch of different hats. And that includes working and collaborating with our board, our volunteers, our community members, but also the, just the day-to-day operations of the organization. So your financials and all the maybe not as fun back-end stuff. But on a given day, I'm licking envelopes and wrapping up t-shirts for one of our walks. And honestly, I love the variety of that. It makes the job feel more dynamic. I just want to start by saying thank you to everyone for making it out today. My name is James Hart. I am the Executive Director of the Epilepsy Foundation of Connecticut. And thank you so much for coming out to our New Haven 2025 Walk for Epilepsy. When I was really young, when I was about 3 years old, my mom had a brain hemorrhage. And unfortunately, just about a week before my 13th birthday, she passed away from SUDEP. This role gives me a way that I never expected to stay connected to her, which is really cool. We've seen the ways that epilepsy can isolate people, but the reason that we're all here today is because there's more to it than that. Because when we have our community, when we have our family, when we have the support of medical professionals, and we have the support of businesses that are making fantastic new treatments for epilepsy, it creates a completely new path for people living with epilepsy to live life on their own terms. And that is what we are here for today.
It's an amazing cause, and it's something we deal with daily. So I love doing these walks and events. It's always good to meet other people dealing with the same issues.
I feel like we've learned a little bit since we've gone on these walks, meeting other families, learning what they go through and their challenges that they meet to help us better help our son.
I feel before my son's diagnosis, I myself didn't know anything about epilepsy, and now I realize how many different types of seizures there are and how it affects people's lives. So I want to spread that awareness to everybody. There's always help out there.
Maybe there's something in common, that something Gio has that can help somebody else, or somebody else has something that maybe will help Gio out. There's not really much known about epilepsy, so there's a lot of research needs to be done, a lot more testing. The more information that's out there, the more that can maybe help people.
So today is the Epilepsy Foundation's annual Advocacy Day. And I am speaking to a group of people who know better than anybody how important it is that your voice is heard. We know and we've seen here in the state of Connecticut that when we work together, we can pass legislation that meaningfully improves the lives of your loved ones and yourselves and anyone that has epilepsy in the state. As of this past year, we think there's a little over 35,000 people in the state of Connecticut with epilepsy. Of that, there's about 4,500 that are kids.
We now go out and we advocate not just for my son, but we advocate for anyone living with epilepsy. It is our top priority.
I shared my concerns as an educator and how seizure safety in schools is so very important. I'm happy to tell you that Connecticut now has legislation on the books that requires administrators, teachers, and paraprofessionals to be trained in seizure first aid.
All across the country, people pass away from SUDEP. And there's not a good repository of all this data that researchers can then tap into. So that's where the North American SUDEP Registry comes into play.
There's really 2 asks at the end of the day. Okay. Creating on the Department of Public Health website, create information about SUDEP and epilepsy. So that's one. The other has to do with providing early education to the medical community.
So it's basically awareness and education.
That's all it comes down to. And basically no cost to taxpayers.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that hard.
In that way, frankly, the medical community has a place to direct the patient to. So they don't have to have that conversation themselves because their time is crunched between seeing 20 patients in an hour.
And if you need an advocate to come with you to ask those questions, I will do it. Call me. I will come down with you and talk to the superintendent or your principal or special ed, whoever, because you should have a 504 for your son that just is an umbrella for epilepsy, okay? So we can make that happen.
The reason why we come back It's for our daughter. And hopefully in some time we'll have this more as a celebration rather than an advocacy day. There's an aspect where you're providing a voice, a legitimacy, a legacy to those individuals that they're not forgotten.
I hope a legacy for myself as an educator of 26 years in the state of Connecticut, something that I've been able to leave behind.
How's camp? Good? You like? Fun? What's your favorite? Pool? That's my favorite too. I want to come jump in, it's so hot.
Any like volunteering stuff that you're interested in? We've got events in the fall. You are?
I want to volunteer.
You do? That would be so awesome. That would be so good.
So I'm from the Epilepsy Foundation, and I do a bunch of different stuff for them, but I'm just here to kind of see what you guys do because I've never been to camp before, so I just want to see what you guys do.
Horizons supports individuals with developmental disabilities, and for us at Horizons, we're really focused on relationship building. So we have that kind of setting in place where they can come in and just enjoy themselves, or not need to worry about lots of other things from the outside world, and just have fun and focus on camp.
And I feel like I can relate more with the campers because I do have my own experience having seizures, growing up with them, and I can see more of what's going on with the campers.
At home, I've always been like, I can't go out alone, or I always have to be watched or something. And I like here, I like being free. It feels like at camp I'm free.
I just think that the Epilepsy Foundation is great. Being able to support individuals and help provide them a camp experience is a really, really positive one. And I think that's something that this is a cool relationship and partnership with.
It could be just one seizure that is the last seizure they have. And it's scary. And families need to be vigilant, individuals need to be vigilant. There needs to be support for them. The end goal is a cure, right? I mean, frankly, it'd be wonderful if we didn't need to be here, that this was not an issue. But it is. And so that's why we're here.
When I meet families and children, we've got a dog in the fight. And everyone in our organization has a real, authentic compassion and care for every single person that reaches out to us.
I want to be able to speak with families who might just need an ear, you know? And I've met people who just need a moment to cry or share their experience because I understand, I know what it's like.
We want to help give them the tools to have as much autonomy as they want. I watched my mom not have that and not get the support. We can do better, and we will.